but they look down on me.
Right.
Because of what I had. Right. And they didn't.
Stronger than mind. What they say, mind over matter, right?
Yeah.
So stronger than mind. More that shit don't matter.
It don't matter.
You know what I'm saying?
I quit because you got another job? Nah.
Yeah.
The fuck? Yeah. Who's paying the bills? Like.
Numero Uno, I'm the one, not the two. Yeah, I'm good, thanks for asking, how are you? Numero Uno, I'm the one, not the two. They seem to be confused, so let me show them what the music is. They full of lies and let me tell them what the truth is. Ain't worried about what you said, he said, she said. Ain't shit but what the king said. Focus on my riches, I'm just trying to keep my team fed. Making sure my children eat.
On tonight's episode of Numero Uno podcast, we got empty success and nature versus nurture. Does your mindset control your circumstances, or does your circumstances control your mindset? I did that backwards, but y'all know what I'm saying. All right.
What up, world? What up, world? Want to welcome y'all back to another episode of the Numero Uno podcast. Where we are the one and not the two. I'm your host, Young Self, and I'm here with my fabulous co-host.
It's your girl, Lil Nene from the trap, but I ain't a trapper though. And next we got...
It's your girl, Shawan, a.k.a. Sis. Hey, who that?
Jewel, social worker.
Period.
Alright, let's get this game dealt out.
We got the social workers in the building.
Okay. We need y'all.
Yes, for sure. It's a hard world.
Not as hard work.
Especially for these kids, they all got something.
Well, it don't work too hard, because as you know, we talking about empty success. How much of your time do you give the white man? So,
All the support of the blacks.
Hey, yeah.
I don't know.
Dog is tired. Don't even mind her, dog. Like, she don't know right now, man.
But nah, for real though.
But now, speaking of that, though, empty success, what you define empty success as, though?
It could mean, I would say, even though I said that, it could mean two different things. It could mean you giving all yourself to a organization, a company, and say you worked there 20 years, and you work so hard for them, and da-da-da. But then when your family talk about you, they be like, yeah, my mama, we ain't barely ever see her. I'm like, what is happening? I mean, was it worth it? You live in a nice house, you know what I'm saying? No funny, I'm for real. Like, you ever seen a show like Roseanne and all them stuff? Them is middle class families, but they spent their time together as a family. It wasn't perfect, and they ain't making a whole lot of money, but they had a family. Like, when you look at them, you see all the movies, they be millionaire fathers. And then the daughter, they be like, they have nannies, maids, chefs. They don't spend no time with their kids. Like, yeah, you live in a $10 million home, but what does it cost you?
That's crazy.
Relationships is what's costing them.
Man,
I'm just being
say
real.
it again.
Say it as a choir. Relationship.
I'm real. That's for real. That's not.
That's
saying. You either gonna have time or money.
Yeah.
And that is a fact.
Yeah.
And that goes as a family, a man, or whatever. I what's the guy?
Green.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. Time or money, you ain't gonna have both. Because in order to have money, you ain't gonna have no time. You gotta dedicate your time to the money.
Shit.
And then people end up trying what?
Well, at least that's what they say to get the American dream. I don't know what that is.
Man, listen.
What do they say? Put
I
yourself
don't
up by
even
your
know if that's what I'm
bootstraps.
fighting for.
Get your bootstraps.
But
Because my bootstraps has been gone.
Nah, I'd rather have no time. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I got my situation right now. I went from, is my good? I went from not having no time to feeling like, man, I gotta have some time. I gotta go, pay the kids some attention. But it make you feel a way.
Oh, no, please don't start this.
It make you feel a way when your kids start to call you or they want something, they ask you something, and you used to doing things a certain way, and it's like, all right, what really matters? You gotta ask yourself that question. Like, I think in the beginning of stages, with me anyway, having kids, like, yeah, when they small, you want to be there. But as time goes on, man, kids grow into their own people. You know, they're going to grow into be adults. They start to acquire their own little traits and characteristics about themselves. So it's like, at the end of the day, they got to be able to have what they need to be able to move forward in life. And as a parent, that's your job to provide that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, not to sound crazy or messed up, but yeah, I'd rather have money versus the time. Like,
It's gonna be blue.
And I understand that because in today's world, like we said, like before, like I just feel like you have to have it because, like, even to eat eggs nowadays, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a little bit of money.
you got $24.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel you, especially in today's time. Like that's real. Like that's real. Like you know what I'm saying? Like love and faith and all that. That's gonna get you real far. But without that too, without the money, like you ain't gonna get too far. I mean, we gotta be realistic.
It's really good, man.
Yeah, it's the society we live in. Cause like if we had to choose anywhere we could go that could do the money and the time, it wouldn't not be the United States.
Yeah.
But you want to go to no country where there's no war, like they don't got a military. You know, you got to think of other cons there too. But it's like
this is the life in that country.
This is the life in the United States, though. Like all people not living like this.
I just put that down.
Wait a minute.
So you got to
put that down. I'm not drawing two.
No.
Go ahead, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
draw 6. What's the color?
It's gonna be yellow.
Shit, hold up then. Nah. Somebody gonna do it.
Draw 8.
They not playing today.
Damn. Alright, there's a toe up. 1, 2.
Go ahead, my bad. I ain't mean.
No, I'm saying like I feel like that. It's honestly this economy, this country, this lifestyle. Because regardless, if you try to, you can live in both senses. Like, okay, I get in this lifetime of my life, I had more time. All right, now this time I gotta have more money. But then it's like, where is it gonna come a point where I could have both of those and still be like, oh wow, this is great. And some people that live that life, and I'm like, tell me the way.
Yeah,
Please,
like
tell
explain
me the way.
to me, cause I don't know.
They sacrificing something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
always.
But
It's
what's
always
something
a
so you got both of them.
something.
Yeah. It's always a sacrifice.
Yeah, and you gotta
sacrificing something.
if you're gonna work yourself into a grade, you have to have, like, if you got a family, your family got to be reaping those benefits. You can't be at work all day and everybody's still motherfucking struggling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like everybody hates Chris. Yeah, that nigga.
Oh yeah, that is a good one. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you have to be putting that work in. If I'm gonna work myself into the grave, I'm gonna make sure my family, if they call me need whatever they need, they gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna do a draw 4.
Oh, God,
color
damn.
gonna be red. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I was feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? I drive trucks. Y'all know I drive trucks. I was on the road at one point. I'm like, bro, I'm missing everything. Y'all calling me like, yeah, we gonna do this. I'm like, y'all at my daughter's events. I'm not there. I'm like, no, what the fuck is going on? Like, no, I gotta go home. And that's how I got the feeling. Like, no, I gotta get a local job so I can go home. But then as I come home, working a local job, and but the money ain't there, and it's like, you know, those people I feel like who have their time and their money come from a certain background.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like I find myself now working for that. So that, okay, even if I can't enjoy it, my kids don't have to work as hard. So when they have kids, they can say, well, shit, your grandfather, goddamn, he had all. So now I can show up and I can still be financially stable to be able to support y'all, and still we can have money and I can be at the events and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But even speaking of the kids, when it comes to that, this generation, and I say this as in after us.
Our kids.
Yeah.
So
not
be,
even
be
them,
specific. What ages? What ages? What ages? Yeah,
because y'all, you know,
we like millennials, right?
You
No,
not,
what are
we millennials.
No, we're not millennials.
Y'all after us. Y'all the same as my kid is.
Hey, Gen Z
our
stuff.
watchers, please go look at what generation we are. We are in the 20s.
I was born in 97.
Yeah.
1997, I came out there bitch blazing. No, for real though.
Gen Z.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying?
Gen
But that's the same thing as Jawan, though. They're in the same group. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't
And
align.
they
We don't align. There's
them.
a disconnect.
Yeah, but there's something about the generation, when I say them, it's like even Jude and them, like you look at them, they like, I'm not working for that. I'm not doing that. I quit because you got another job? Nah.
Yeah.
The fuck? who's paying the bills? Like we weren't raised like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the people we were fucking taught us, the people we were raised by were old. You know what I'm saying? And they were not only old school, they were old.
I definitely will admit that.
You know what I'm saying?
And
like
they stayed.
It was not a different thing. Yeah, they stayed. They did what they had to do. They believed in a certain thing. But these ones,
no,
I'm not doing that.
Absolutely not.
What the fuck you mean you're not doing that?
Absolutely
Plan
not.
first, yeah.
Right.
What you gonna do? I mean, shit.
I'll figure it out.
Like, what?
And what happens? I always figure it out.
No, that.
My grandma worked at a job for 43 years, and I can never fathom being at a job for more than 3 years. Like, to be honest, what does a job really have for you after 3 years? After 43 years she worked
I
there.
just hit 4, so I feel you.
You got 40 more, girl.
How many years you got 40? Imagine working at
one place.
Get that one job. Like, I can't fathom that. But mind you,
I would love
that was a very
I can't
blessed
lie,
job.
I would love that.
I would love that. I would love to stay at a job for 40 years. I think that is a testimony to the job. Because every time I go to a job, I be like, damn, I can't do this forever. It's not
But
that
it's one thing.
it's
It's a few things that fall in line with that. Do you enjoy?
Do you
what
enjoy
you
it?
do?
Yes.
And do you have the work-life balance?
And if you don't have the work-life balance, is always my issue.
Because even like I say, when you out here making the money, like you said, are you spending the money? Are you saving? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you have to
know
show?
what I'm saying? Are you able to
Because I want to
live
vacation.
comfortably?
living, period.
Every
living.
month I want to go on vacation. So if I can't do that at this job, this ain't
Who
the
is
job
that?
for me.
Don't say me.
Was it me that put it out there?
I think that was your name. Yeah,
I put that out there?
Yeah,
Blue. But yeah.
No, I don't know.
That's my main thing. I had worked a job where I was making a good amount of money. When I worked at a certain job, I was making a good amount of money, but I worked probably 60 plus hours a week. I couldn't never get off because I was the only overnight supervisor. I could never get off. I probably got off 2 days out of a year. So like when it comes down to it, that's what is the problem with these jobs now. Yeah, I'm going to come in there and bust my behind. I'm going to come in and do everything I need to do. But when I want to be off, I need to be off. Don't tell me, because I don't have no coverage, I can't be off. Y'all got to figure it out, nigga. I've been here 365 days. I need to be off some of them days. Period. I didn't say every day. I'm going to put in the time before. I don't call out sick, nigga. I don't do none of these things. So to me, I feel like I deserve that.
Right.
It's tons of people that call out sick every month. And I'll be hearing people, you talk to people, like, yeah, I'm going to just call out sick tomorrow. What you mean? My job not that sweet. It ain't that sweet.
So would you say to avoid something like running into something or experiencing something like empty success or getting to the finish line and you look up and you like, man, I worked so much. Ain't nobody hit. Would you say a cure for that or would be to have a good plan, right? I think that's what it boils down to, right? Having a plan. If you're gonna work like that, I feel like there should be a good plan in place. Like, all right, I'm gonna work myself into a hole until this time, so that I can have this.
Until a specific.
And that's what I do. That's what you do. Save up a certain amount of money,
or something, right?
To where it's like, okay, I can quit without tripping because I know I done saved X amount of money because I ain't never been off work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do that. You save up a certain X amount of money. You know how much it costs to live per month. I was still living at home with my parents. Yeah, I can quit my job randomly because I was making X amount of money and I lived below my means. That's the number one thing people do. They could be making 60K and they go make a job 80K. Now they still don't got no savings making 80K. Why don't you have no savings?
Because you done went and got more.
You done got added more expenses when you should have acted like you was still broke.
Nigga wanted the phone deposits. Nigga wanted the Murrays.
You don't
the
have
Lamans.
You don't need
Just kept on
You
paying
like
the bills and stay jazz in the house.
Do you really
outside costs too much for you?
You feel me?
Yeah.
You go out, you go get a drink by yourself. How much you gonna spend? Get 2 drinks. What you gonna spend?
Shit, $50.
You just
At least $20.
You get what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? You get a little bit of money. You're like, I know, man. I get seafood bowl. That's what people want to do.
Yeah.
Do you really need that? No. But that's what give you the leverage. It's not that I'm just doing it off free mind. I made a plan, but it's like I'm not gonna suffer at a job mentally.
But some people feel like
Yeah.
when they at that job, they might be suffering, so that's why they go and do them things, because they like, I ain't gonna save for it. I'm gonna just do it now, because some people live their life like tomorrow ain't promised.
Yeah, and that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm about to say, but
and I feel like those people are a little more carefree, happy,
and you kind of more
less
happy.
stressed.
Yeah.
than everybody else.
And that feels they have faith
Me
in
personally,
themselves.
that ain't me. Because I'm like, nah, I gotta go to work, gotta pay the bills, gotta do this, gotta do that. So
Went to
I'm
buy
not
a
that
Benz
person.
today.
But,
Went to buy a Benz today.
Oh my God.
Like, shit.
Yeah,
I see you Monday.
Yeah.
like,
No, for real.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, we got, because it's, I don't know, like you said.
Honestly, living on faith too.
Yeah. I mean,
Faith in
but
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
faith
that's
in
what I
yourself.
said.
Be yourself. And I also feel like this too. It don't matter if it's a
It's my
job interview, if it's an
Color
apartment, if it's whatever it might be. Like they say, like choices too.
Yeah.
When you got a lot of choices on the table.
Oh no, that means I can pick anybody.
It's
I want to draw
easier
two.
to-
Yeah, you can draw two. Because you got like a few cards left.
Damn.
It's
watching.
easier to make choices when you got a lot of them on the table, right? But when you have none of them, I feel like it's even easier. You ain't got no choice. Do what you
Oh,
gotta
so
do.
it don't matter. It's like, oh,
You see what I'm saying? It's like, all right, like you said, oh, I stay home with my mom, or I do this, or I can go back here, or I can say this, I can do this. Some people ain't got no choices.
Hey, if you don't have them, you
And see,
better not
Take away
quit.
all them choices.
Don't
you
quit
gonna
your
jump-
job.
Jump out there
And
and
see,
do
and that's why I don't.
Don't quit your job.
Yeah.
Right?
If you paid a rent or a mortgage, you better keep that job.
Whatever
Even if you
doing,
cry every day.
you're gonna do it times 10 because
yeah.
you like, I don't have no other
Yeah, you don't have no
choice.
choice. Yeah, no.
But when people got choices, it's
Yeah.
a lot easier to be like,
I ain't
you
doing
know what I'm
that.
saying? You can move a certain way.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why I say I believe that. Like, so because also I think another way to
Blue.
be able to avoid that shit where you just see, like my daughter's mother, right? She worked. She got into the
Yellow.
car industry, and
oh no.
man, I used to
the color?
hate it. Like,
Be yellow.
no,
I reversed it
Oh,
back
reverse
to
it.
red.
And I used to hate it, man. She goes to this job and she be like, yeah, well, Don said. And I'd be like, bro, fuck that. But she stuck with it. Like, when I say this, say she been doing this thing for 16, 17
Color
years
is
now,
blue.
right? Maybe 18 years. And now, like, she's got to the point where she the finance director at her job. Finance director. So it's like, damn. So I see, and me on the other hand, I'm like, I guess with jack of all trades, master of none ass nigga, you know. I'm like, nah, cause when this guy, I'm like, I'm going over here. So it's like now I'm in that cycle of that endless success. I know I'm gonna get it. You know, I'm in a space like people will look at me like, dog, you good. I'm like, nah, I ain't there yet. And they like, what the fuck? Like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta stick with something, dog. And I think that's one of them things that'll drive you to that. Like, I think I honestly see now. And where I'm at now, if you just get in one thing, that's why you say you've been there, you come on your 4 years, it ain't a bad thing. The money will come. Like, you know, recently I've been getting into this day trading thing. I feel like with anything, you don't want to chase the money no more. Like, and I'm just this shit is starting to set in. It's like, bro, chase the skill set. Master
Good
what you're doing.
habits.
Yeah, get good at what
habits.
you're doing.
Good
Become a
habits.
good or great or master of whatever you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
The money will
It's gonna
come.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
So I mean that's one way to try to avoid, you know, to stay out that rat race of, you know, just working, endless working and
Yeah.
shit.
And staying true to your passions, because I will say I love technology. I got my degree in technology, but I do not do social media. That's just
Yeah,
one
'cause
thing
I'm
I don't
beyond
do.
it.
I'm very heavy on my balance.
American dream is fucked up.
Yeah.
And we all need to start pushing for something different. I
Yeah.
mean, it just is what it is. We got, like you said, bleed into ourselves.
Well, maybe it's maybe the new American dream is just finding happiness, peace of mind.
Peace.
It used to be things because we
Yeah.
come from a lineage of people who never had
Job,
shit.
the
You know what I'm saying?
retirement, the home,
The
the
degree.
car.
Now you have all the
With-
social
right, with
status symbols.
slavery, it was
All the
always
status symbols now.
our demographic was at the bottom. So it's like that's where I think that shit stems from. Us trying to acquire a bunch of shit, and it's like
That was my filter, I think.
we not
That
happy.
is true. It's your turn.
But when you look at the other end of the spectrum, these folks look like they're having fun. Then they got problems too. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like all races, ethnicities, and shit backgrounds come with problems. You know what I'm saying? But at a certain point, you would look and say, "Man, I got all this shit, and I ain't happy." Like there was a point in time,
That's
I
all I
had,
said.
That's
So
why
like,
you don't need
got it all
some
right.
people are happy with
Yeah.
nothing. They're happy with just the clothes on their back.
like, just being able to have a good time and shit, man. Like you said, enjoying the people around you. And you find shit, but it's like a sacrifice. Even on either end, it's a sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice on both ways.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and that's why you said, because it also turns into, like you said, little stuff like generational worth. Like, what are you doing with the money? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it like recycling? Is it just funneling? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Put back into society of material
yeah, like,
things.
or are we keeping the family rich? Are we keeping it in the family? Are we
It's
spreading it throughout? You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that kind of stuff matters too, because Some people do that and work, and they feed it back into their family, and they good. They die happy, you know what I'm saying? They good, but then some people are miserable as hell.
Yeah.
Like,
The color is yellow.
with money. And, like...
That was my first.
I mean, when you talk about money, though, do you think, like, how you grew up impacts how you view money? Like, in terms of when we talk about nature versus nurture, right?
Green.
Where you grew up in, like, for me, I know I didn't grow up, my family, we used to get my mom used to say, you get 3 presents for Christmas and you can't go over X amount of money. So, like, in my head, I always thought, like, that was normal. So, when I grew up, I thought, okay, if I give somebody a nice gift, it's gonna be like $300. That's a nice gift. But then you meet other people and they got an iPad for Christmas, they got a PS5, they got clothes, they got shoes, like they get all these things. So like my concept of money is like I always feel like I feel like I always need to have something or I might be broke. Whereas some people where you get so much money always coming in, you never think about what you're buying, and people spend money so frivolously. It's like,
hold on though, you got something.
It's your turn, sis.
What's the color?
The color is green. I don't know.
Like I noticed that about myself though. Is I value money so preciously. Like I could have $100 and I might be like, I just get $100 randomly and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hold this $100. I ain't gonna go treat myself. You know what I'm saying? But other people, they get $100, we're like, oh, we about to go eat good. Y'all wanna get some drink? You know what I'm saying? I don't think like that. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? When I was in, you know what I'm saying? When I was in school, if somebody sent me $100, I'm like, oh, I gotta hold on to this. Other people get $100. We at Jose Tequilas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they like, oh, we drink so mean. It's like, I think it's a different perception of how you view.
Yeah. So like, do you think like what type of things do you think impacts that though? Like,
that's why I think when it comes down to it, it's definitely your environment. It could be partly your mindset because ultimately, as you grow older, you have the decision to choose what you want to do. Once I get around people that live them different kind of lifestyles, I could choose to tap into that. So like, oh, I got a little extra money. All right, let me go. I can splurge on this. It's okay. I don't hold myself accountable as to thinking, oh, why you ain't say that $50? You might need it later on. It's because you in that poor mentality. I'm in that poor mentality of thinking, oh, I might be poor again. So let me make sure I'm not poor.
Peniophobia. I put up a post. I don't know if y'all seen it.
Well, I never seen.
But
No,
I
but
feel
I
like
know.
So hard, so you're not poor. You don't have to be
And it's
poor.
like I'm never poor, but I don't want to be poor, so I act poor.
Yeah, so, it's like, yeah, you like, man, fuck this. I gotta get it.
Yeah.
So when you say that, you say, so how do you say, so for somebody that grows up, when you say circumstance and mindset, right? Mm-hmm. So for somebody that grows up poor, fuck, because I like to say I had the best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying? I've experienced living in the hood and I've experienced living in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying? As a child transitioning from my mother and father being together, us living in Forest Creek or in Southeast or whatever, and it's like, all right, seeing that, then coming to the suburbs and seeing a family structure that's not your structure. Because outside, when I went outside, I knew I was in the burbs. But when I went home, it was like shit. You know what I'm saying? What we got going on in here ain't what y'all got going on out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody would look at me and say, well, bro, you had such and such and such. Why you ain't in a certain position? You know what I'm saying? Or do you believe?
So speaking on that, like, just because I'm going to forget real quick, because I'm going to forget, that right there, like certain things in middle school, I'm going to use middle school for example. Why? Because, you know, those who know, you know, I'm sorry if you don't, you know, you look at the map might show you. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, went to school in Bowie, right? You know what I'm saying? Boom. But we went to school with a lot of people.
He didn't call the color.
No, that skipped you. What are you doing?
Sorry.
No,
cheater. It skipped y'all two.
Nuh-uh. It was reverse.
Keep talking. What you was saying?
So, basically, and we went to school with people, you know what I'm saying, living in a different area where we might have been a little less fortunate, okay, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. I feel like when it comes to your mindset and, you know, how you know what I'm saying, look at things. I never looked down on none of them because where I lived at or what I might have had versus what they had. But they looked down on me because of what I had. And they didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it was like some hating type stuff. And it's like, but I'm not judging you or hating on you or whatever you want to call it. So why you mad at me? You know what I'm saying? Like, because my people chose to do a little something different with their 24 than yours did. Maybe or maybe not.
Right. But
because now that I'm an adult, I understand, you know what I'm saying? But I see, like I said, I was never that person even though I might have had the upper, I'm never looking down on you. You know what I'm saying? So, but we got hate because where we lived at and how we lived and how we.
And then,
Tell
right,
me
and
where
then not
you live.
knowing shit.
Even now, people say, "Oh, you lived in Bowie? You had money." Come on.
Not
yeah,
really,
right.
no.
Well, you might see me. I live in this area.
Not really.
Okay, but y'all had a different family connection, right?
Right.
So we might not have had that connection here because
What y'all got going on,
because we live here, we live in Brady Bunch lifestyle, right? Hollywood lifestyle. But when I go to see y'all, I might be a little bit envious of y'all because I'm like, dog, all
They
they
really
finally
a
get
family
along.
here.
They kicking shit, you know, everybody having
Like,
fun.
it's a
You
whole
come on
thing
my
all
end,
together.
we dysfunctional than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You like, how the fuck does that, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you hit that shit on the head. Cause I used to be like, bro, what you mean, bro? Then when you go on their side, everybody, and it's like, see, if you really knew what the fuck was going on, and then as people got old, and they came to see, like, damn, nah, Saul really going through some shit down there. Like his shit different, like. And the respect became different when motherfuckers came like, bro, this where you live at? And I'm like, cuz, all right, come inside. Come on inside, let me show you something. Then they be like, damn, bro, now I get it. You know what I'm saying? That shit wasn't the same. Yeah. But then I go over here to my man, John, they eating dinner at the table. I'm looking, I'm over there, they invite me over, and I'm like, I'm looking around weird. It's like, oh, hold on. Not even that that they was eating better food, it was just maybe better energy.
The community.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, damn, this energy different. You can feel that shit.
But I mean, y'all the ones that did that for me. I did not grow up eating together at a table. Like y'all eat together as a family. Like that's what made me feel like family. I'm like, y'all really sit down and talk about your day. I was like, what the? Like,
I take my plate and go on my room.
What you mean? How was work?
It's like, she's not home. You better wait for her. We about to eat. Where you at?
Yeah, and if you ask one at that table, and it's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy.
And also to go back to that, I think that hard question about like money and mindset, I think it really goes back to survival. Because you seen your parents or grandparents, whoever, they had to survive. They like, oh, they did all this for me, so XYZ. So now I need to survive like that. But it's like, at the end of the day, yeah, you gotta survive, but also in the time that we in now, you gotta be present. Like, be gone tomorrow, and you're like, oh my God, like, you're not gonna be thinking about it, but it's like, dang, what did I do to enjoy my life, or this or that? Because at the end, like, money gonna come and go. Like, money gonna come and go no matter what. So I think when it comes to that, because we always think back like, oh, if I had that $100 last week, I could have did this week. But it's like,
I got a problem then. Yeah. I'm on that shit hard in a motherfucker.
Perspective is like, yeah.
But it's like it's always too. You put yourself in a different situation. Your mindset will change.
Yeah.
But it's all in how, like you said, which way are you looking at it though? Like how you dealing with it? Are you automatically gonna take stress, or you gonna try to find your way out? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's little stuff like I ask questions. Where I work at, it's a lot of people.
That was your turn.
That's a certain way, and I always ask, well, how did they get that way from this? At one point they were a normal person. Why did they go this way and that way instead of just doing this and trying that? What made them, you know what I'm saying? And you never know unless you sit down and talk to one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to judge them, but it's like me, if I was ever to have to be in that situation, Uno, the color's red. If I ever have to be in that situation. Like I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I would handle it another way. But I feel like it also all comes down to
green. I'm switching with you.
You're never gonna know how you're gonna react or what you're gonna feel in a situation until you're in that situation.
Because you can always say what if, but you never really know how you're gonna show up in that space.
And I always tell people, you don't really know what you want until you get what you want. Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you.
But even when you get what you want,
and when they say
sometimes that's not
even what you want. They say, but be careful
what you ask for. That's what I'm saying. You don't know what you want until you actually get what you want. And you might think, like for me, I want business. I'm gonna get me whatever. Yeah. Fucked around, started a business, got all this shit, and I'm like, my head hurt. Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, all right, pull back, get grounded, see what matters. You know, then you figure that shit out, man. But you gotta just let life happen, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Live your life. Get through certain shit, man, and this shit'll happen, man.
Yeah, continue to be intentional. Like a lot of people, it's okay to go by the wayside. It's on me. Oh, it's okay to like have be like, oh, I want to do this randomly one day, but also have intention. A lot of people have no direction. If you don't have no direction, it's kind of hard to attain a goal because you never had no. Oh,
So
damn.
that's mindset. That's having
Yeah.
that's having a stronger
That goes to
mindset,
that too,
then, right? So I think your mindset we get boil this down to say your mindset has more to do with your circumstances versus
The
your
color is going
circumstances
to be red.
having something to do with your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's stronger than mind. What they say, mind over matter, right?
Yeah.
The stronger the mind, more that shit don't matter.
It don't
You
matter.
know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm struggling with it myself, like to keep it a buck, but yeah, that's facts.
Same.
No, I'm trying to tell
That's
you.
facts, man.
That's the number one. That's the number one. Because after a certain age, I will say this. For real, last thing, once you hit a certain age, you have to take responsibility for your life. You can't let your past and how people treated you dictate how you move on in your life.
Right.
You have to continue to try and be a good person and do what you need to do to attain your goals, and you can't allow, oh, well, this person put me through this failed, this. It don't matter. What's happening today and forever on, from this point on.
Yeah, facts.
Look, y'all.
Yeah.
As always, we gonna get back to what we doing over here. Play this game, drink these drinks, man. We want to appreciate y'all for checking in with us again to the #1 podcast, Numero Uno. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be all our time. Until next time.
Bye.
We out. It's all
Man,
right.
this was the best episode.
Oh wow.
This was the best out of all the 6. This was great.
Oh look at that. We ending the season.
They gonna be like, wait, they coming back, right? Is it anymore? I've been checking.
I can't wait to get those comments. I can't wait.
Yeah, that was good.
That's great. That's great.
I think you might want to drop this sooner than last.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
Drop this second or third.
Oh yeah, we could change the order.
And like hook them in. This will really hook them in to want to come back and then listen more.
You saying that from somebody that's just